Hello there, beautiful beings. I have been away. Me, Wingish, Nibe, Mijeki Kwe, or Wingish, Nibish, Mashkiki Kwe, and that is Sweetgrass Water Medicine Woman in Ojibwe. That's my spirit name. Also, I am Christianna Carr and Chris Carr, superstar. Yeah, this beautiful divine being right here. This sick divine being right here. Cleansing, draining, releasing is how I look at colds and stuff. Yeah, so that's why I haven't been here. Lots going on with my kids there too. Gotta get ready for school and things lining up for them. Happy Therapy Thursday. Welcome, you beautiful divine beings, right here too. Oh, excuse me. I have been feeling really awful. It's just been drain, and I've been feeling the fatigue, and then just was this week, I think on Monday, I woke up with the cold and stuff, and then each morning waking up, my bed's like soaked. It's very, yeah, not as bad. Last night was just my pillow when I got up this morning. Yesterday when I got up, oh my goodness, my top covers were soaked, and I remember going to bed cold. Well, that's probably why I'm sweating in the chills. But it's a release, a lot releasing. Right, we've gone through quite a bit. We went down to Barrie, saw my daddy, my auntie's birthday. Actually, it was just on Tuesday the 27th. Happy birthday, Carolyn. Happy birthday to my cousin Ryan. Happy birthday to a couple of Ryan's boys. I can't remember. Happy birthday to everybody else in August. Happy birthday to you. Yeah, it hurts. I'd like to just stay in bed and have somebody bring me some soup or something, but yeah, that's like a luxury for me. Oh, there was a time back a while ago, go rest, but then it'd be like a backlash. Oh, it must be nice to rest all day. You told me to go rest, and I wouldn't have. And even then, go rest, it'd still be really loud. Wouldn't get much rest at all. But that's alright. Way things go sometimes. So how's things going with you guys? The Therapy Thursdays. Therapy Thursdays. Yeah, I need some therapy. I did my intake call. I'm signing my kids' night up for a family residential. I've been wanting to do it for many years now, but I think it's divine timing because now Ariana's older and we'll get something from it too. Teach about family dynamics, and there'll be the cultural piece in there too, and roles and responsibilities, and helping to build or reestablish healthy relationships in the family. It's also good research for me too, because my kids will benefit from that, but I want to do like mini versions of this kind of stuff here in my home. Do team family building, because I say to my kids that, you don't have to do anything to be family, really, because it's the blood that makes family, but it's because your family doesn't make you automatically a team. Like, to be a team, that takes work. All teams need to work together. That's the whole thing about team, right? There's no I in team. And I say, but there is I in family. So all the individuals in that family, right, bring their individual selves into the team where it gets blended with it. So there's, right, each individual in the team. That makes sense at all? Blah, blah, blah. My boys have gone down to my mother's place. Ariana was there last week. Seth was away at camp, which was it was good for him. It was really good for him. So, yeah, there was part of me that was kind of upset, a little triggered, right? Because so, well, since I had Ari, then I'll just bring the boys down by themselves. Well, Sari was younger. She was too young to take, so the boys actually did do a lot of things without their sister, because, well, she was too young. That was too much work, so I was a little triggered, She got a cousin down that they don't get to see. And then, you know, she overhears, because I had my mom on speakerphone, that, you know, oh, they're going to do a birthday party for Jacob, and they're going to go see the other cousins. And, well, you know what? The girl, all of her cousins are boys. Okay, all of her first cousins are boys. So if they go do boy stuff, right? So I'm triggered too, because I remember as a girl getting upset. I wanted to go fishing. I wanted to do that stuff. But it was the boys going, right? So I'm aware there's those things in there too, right? You know, but also I was the oldest as well, right? So when it's this little one here, and she doesn't have, you know, much girls around her, you know, I felt bad for her in that way. But then on the flip side of that too, I'm kind of glad she's here with me. And, you know, not as much supervision. You know? Well, because, well, when I'm saying they need supervision, I'm not taken so seriously. Because, you know, they judge. They think they know, even though they're not here. I don't know. I'm saying they, you know, it's probably just my own. Could be, right? But there's things I've seen that is, yeah, you know, not happy with the way it is and the way things are with my family, and you know, that's okay. It happens. It's not the, you know, I'm not the first one this has happened to, but for me it does hurt, and I'm sure it hurts anybody. I mean, for anybody, right, to be alienated from your family when they choose your ex over you. Basically, you know, I was feeling that this morning, right? I don't have as much money. I mean to say that about my family, but not all my family. And I keep saying family, I don't want to blanket everybody, because it's just not fair. I don't like grouping everybody in there. But I don't want to be too specific either. Maybe that'll come out later. Allie came up and we did some recording, and that was cool. You'll have to wait on that though. I mean, projects can take a long time. Hey, and I think this is like 1 year for me. I think technically, I think it was around the 26th or something. When I started this, when Uncle, I had found out that Uncle Roy was sick already in March last year, Uncle Roy Rogers. And it was this time when I started, because I think it was my first day or my second day. It was my first video or second video, those first few videos about my big brother, Ray. There's been a few people like I thought when I was a kid. I never quite well, I could see that people hurt a lot, but I didn't really experience death or the grieving, right? I never allowed myself to grieve anyway, because I had to be strong inside of me. Like I thought I had to be strong. So, that first one, oh, now I'm just got a visual of that. My Uncle Ronnie. That was the first one that made a major impact. Because that was the first death that was so close to me. And because I had seen him, and it wasn't quite a nice view. I closed his eyes, but I had forgotten that I did, and they had to bring the police in, right, to clear out the bodies, even though they've died at home, whatever, right. And they'd asked who closed his eyes, and I'd forgotten that I did. I'm like, I think I did. Because nobody said anything. But I remember wanting to, and then thought maybe I shouldn't have. And but my nanny has done it. What? So now I know how that feels. Ouch. Alright, just wanted to pop in and say hi. I don't feel good. My girl's just upstairs. She won't come down, right? So I wanted to do fun stuff with her, but she wanted to go. But who gets the... Right? No, she's here with me. So I try and do fun stuff, but she turns so quickly sometimes. Huh. And she's beautiful. Like, there's nothing wrong with my children at all. But they have learned some behaviors. They've had people trying to step in and save them from their mother, thinking mom's so mean or whatever, but not getting the full story. You know? And then that hasn't helped my children, because they've learned to take advantage. They've learned young, like, I'm going to tell on you, on their mom, right? I'm going to tell on you, mom. What? Like, where they get those ideas, right? Well, because they have seen. And I felt like, what are you doing talking to me? Talk to, like, big sister to them instead of, like, their mother. You know, there was a lot more respect for me as a mother with my son Andrew. I had a lot more support in, you know, what I was doing, what I decided, and how to raise my own child, right? I had more support in that. People backed me up more with that than with my younger three. You know what I say? I found that single parenting easier than co-parenting. And even now, as rough as it is, finding it easier these days than the freaking years of having a partner with me, because there's so much arguing about trying to get on the same page, you know, to be that united front, right? And it's like, oh, I don't want the kids feeling like we're ganging up on them. Those kinds of things, right? So that was very difficult. It was very difficult. There's lots going on there, but, you know, it's divine timing and not mine, right? I stay focused on me and my kids and doing what I need to do here. Because, yeah, that's what I was talking about earlier, the teamwork. That's why I want to build ropes course and stuff back here. Do a little mini version of those family residentials for the community, right? Have families come and work together as a team, right? It's something that's fun, but it's also, like, there's challenges, right? And they need to work together. There'll have to be a way that they have to work together. They have to communicate together. To help teach families to speak to one another again, too, to understand the different levels of each one, who can understand what, right? Like different ages and different stages and what the brain's able to understand. Because a lot of times we get hooked up in that. Not everybody is trained on that, so sometimes we're expecting the younger ones to understand a whole lot more, right? Like, there's no logic until we're like 25, really. Is that like teenage brain, right? It's not completely connected to the frontal cortex there, whatever. That's where all the logic and reason is, right? So it's not all fully formed in there, right? So once we have that understanding, we can have more patience with people. I found that for myself anyway. Having issues with my kids, they just don't seem to listen to me. Well, I gotta go look that up. Okay, age and stage. What is it that they're able to understand now? Okay. How much chores can they do? Because what could... You know, how much instructions can they follow, right? The 2-year-old, you know, can follow just a step by step, and you give them one step at a time to do, right? Whereas 10-year-old, you can give them 3 or 4 steps and they could follow. I'm just picking that at random, not technical. Those are the actual numbers, but you know what I mean. As you get older, you can handle a little more. You can follow more directions. You can keep more directions in your head, right? So, yeah. I mean, that's what I do, right? It's not just all in here. Like, why try and figure it all out myself? Feel what will work with the kids, but read the things and try different things. There is not no one blanket fits all thing, right? Consistency, big thing, but I myself haven't. And I don't like to admit that I haven't been consistent, because I know that's a big key thing for children, it's not blame, but when they've learned that they can trigger body issues, you keep pushing, right? If there's an epileptic and you can set off a seizure so you can get away from them, whatever it is, right? You hit the flash. Well, my kids know. They just start stirring up everything on the outside. It's overstimulation, and then my body, it feels like things are going like this. That's what it feels like. Starts going like that. Like when I'm looking out, it's the best way I can describe it, because my vision kind of looks like that. It gets all shaky like that, and then my body starts getting shaky, and then I'm on the floor, and then I got to go into recovery. And then it takes longer if the outside is still bouncing around and going around, right? So it takes longer. Once we got here, I haven't had the down to the floor things as much. They have kind of laid off a little bit, because I've tried to help explain to them, this is what mom's needs. It's not to leave me, because even then, when I don't know where my kids are, that makes me worry even more. Please stop it. Ouch, that hurts. And there's my dog whining. She always comes at the wrong times. Oh, anyways, okay, I'm gonna wrap it up, because that's just gonna annoy the crap out of me. Oh, there, she just let herself out. Well, why didn't she do that before? Oh, yeah, I keep hiding it. Yeah, zits, acne. Oh, I need a shower. There's a lot that I need. One day. Slow and steady. That's how I go, slow and steady. Anyway, there's my little ramble. I just wanted to pop in because it's been a while. I miss doing this. But I need something easier set up. My place is getting too messy. I can't move around in here. Oh. I went to work that week while Ariana was gone. But, my body's like, rest week, right? And then I get sick. It's like, just rest. Just rest. There's a lot of work of the plan going on in my head, developing that, because I do that. It's like visualize first, and then I go, right? I visualize my plan of action, right? And I can take it apart in my head and whatever, right? Maybe it's like a robotic kind of thing. Okay, then in here, let me dissect that in my head, and then when I go in there, I know where everything is, and if I move this here, right? And then I know if it actually works, if I do it physically, right? Because in my head sometimes I think, oh, move that box, then when I go to move that box, oh, my head forgot about the other stuff on top of it, and so I'll move. If that makes sense at all. Whole point is that I visualize it. I am very internal in figuring things out, and then taking that action on the outside. So, and then it's hard to translate that, because I'm so used to just doing things for myself, because I just had to, right? Had to figure them out for myself. Not always, okay? There's never a blanket thing with me. I know I might use the words always and this or whatever, but I know, okay, it's not a blanket thing. It's hard for me to get it out my mouth when it's all in here. And, there's been times I've been called bossy or this or, it's been a backlash. So it's hard to do that, So it's nice. But I do need the muscle, so I can't just go heave it like I used to, because it hurt. I would just go do it all myself, even heavy things. Find some way to get a trolley under there or whatever, right? I remember my friend Margaret telling me, and she tried to move this big china cabinet. She's like, oh, the Egyptians, right? And I've done that, moving big things in my home. You get like a broom handle or whatever, you step under one side of that heavy thing, and then you kind of push it under, and then if you can get a couple of them, then it's like rollers, and then you're not lifting that heavy thing. There's lots of little tricks and stuff that I would be able to do that I could do. so much on my own. We're not meant to be alone here. We're meant to connect. We're meant to work together. You know? So, and I guess that's how, you know, I need help. So with my garage, I need help that's patient, that will listen to me, that will understand it's internal, and to be patient for me to be able to translate that out, because I do have a plan. It's not like I'm going for help to tell me what to do. I already know what to do. I need help to execute what I've got going on up here, right? To be able to, I need help that will go, okay, what is it that you want done? How do you see that working in your head? You know? And then maybe, right? Maybe because I didn't see that box that I was going to pull this out. They go, well, see, yeah, that might have worked in your head, but, you know, did your head take account for this, right? Whatever, because I'm always open to suggestions. I don't take every piece of advice that I hear, but I like to hear other people's opinions and the way other people think. And, you know, it helps me to expand mine too, right? Or maybe not a way I never thought of it, right? So I'm always open to questions and all that too. I'm just not open to being told what to do and to being treated like somebody knows me better than I know myself, right? And don't tell them what's wrong with me because they know what's wrong with me and it ain't what I think, right? Like, anybody else ever dealt with that? It's crazy making, right? There you go, gaslighting. Keep you in constant doubt of yourself. Lifetime of that. And many. I'm not talking about anyone in particular because it's been many. There's been many throughout my life, right? But then we kind of set ourselves up for that too. That's that self-sabotage, right? If we're not feeling worthy, right, we'll tend to be drawn to those people that will help, you know, confirm that we're not worthy. But we still are, right? That's just the brain, right? It likes to match things up. So become aware of it. What are your things there? That's a Therapy Thursday. What are your triggers? Oh. Now, how do you handle those? How do you do, like, if you gotta do a move or change stuff around or whatever, like, how do you do things? Like I said, like I plan everything up here and then execute it out here, but it's all done in my head first before I put it into action. Do you think about things first or you just go and do, you know? Sometimes that works best for me too. Sometimes I can't think of anything. I just got to start moving things around until something comes up, right? Anyways, miss yous, love yous. Thank you for being you and shining your light through and everything you do. And I'll be back next week is school. So I'll try and pop on more regularly. The kids won't be here. So maybe I'll start that after they go to school. Then I'll do my videos. Maybe, yeah. So they leave for school. They have to be there at 10 to 9. So, yeah. We'll see. Okay, we're just going to go with the flow. I don't like to make any guaranteed set times, right? Because it's divine timing, not my timing. Oh, man. Okay. Yeah. Be nice if I could go to bed, but I still got a girl here, right? But, yeah. She's up in her room. I'm surprised she hadn't popped down here yet. In her room. Okay. So, you know, have a great long weekend. Happy Labor Day weekend. And we'll see you soon. Okay. Much love. Biggest heart hugs ever. And thank you for being you and shining your light through in everything you do. Because you know it. This world needs you. And I'm so glad you're here. Thank you.